Kagurabachi chapter 108 is here, and Chihiro may just be straight up dead, yo. Okay, let me just get right to it. The chapter begins with Soga telling Chihiro that to a samurai like him, life is no more than fuel they burn for their ideal world. And if their goals differ, they fight to the death. But since Chihiro is his sister's son, he'd rather not kill him. Of course, Chihiro tells him fighting is his only option. He has to stop the Swordmaster. So they clash, and as the buildings are crumbling behind them, the Sword Saint feels the kind of shaking vibration or sting on his blade. And he remembers Chihiro's words about the Enten being able to destroy the enchanted blades. Soga then reminds Chihiro that he isn't fully healed, and then we cut to Samura. And my goat, bruh, he's cooked, he's on the floor, he can barely move, but just please stay alive, Samura, please. You did your best, you did what you could. And the narrator just reminds us again how broken the Magatsumi is, because Suzaku can barely go against its life-draining ability. And Samura still pushes himself and heals up Chihiro's wounds. Oh my god, bro, this guy. Soga then thinks that, yo, Samura is already at his limit and he's still applying Suzaku mainly at Chihiro, not to himself. He then tells Samura, you're headed inexorably toward death. I love the way this guy speaks. And Samura says, I'm making a wager. We weren't able to stand against you. So basically he's putting all his chips on Chihiro now to be able to go against the Swordmaster. Okay. And then the narrator reminds us that the Enten was made as a counter to the Magatsumi. It's the only blade that can fight freely in the Shinichi's presence, bruh. And Chihiro surrounds Soga with fish. He says, it's time to fulfill my mission. And then you see multiple Chihiros. It's like he did some kind of cloning. No way these are all real, right? It has to be like Visage or something. Chihiro thinks that even after facing Mr. Samurai at his best, Soga is still unscathed. And his reaction speed is completely off the charts, bruh. Did Samurai do nothing to this man? That is understandable. Soga then uses Dragonfly on Chihiro. Chihiro uses Aka to absorb. And now that he's absorbed Dragonfly, he can now start figuring out how it really works. Chihiro thinks that the Magatsumi isn't that complex, it just activates by channeling black energy into various forms, whatever that means. He can't fully absorb Dragonfly as well, and now the Suzaku is at its limits. He can't sustain another fatal injury or something. And this is set up for something. Please, leave Samura alone, please. And Chihiro says this, in his head of course, the Magatsumi can slash space itself. It's a word can slash. This is a massive Kagurabachi upscale, bro. What? So Soga casually just has that walk on his slash. So that thing that Samura survived is a word slash. And of course, he uses it again. He says butterfly. And the narrator tells us that from the moment he swings his blade and the time it takes for the slash to cut space is so infinitesimal that the word instantaneous fails to capture it. Just more glees for this guy. But using the air's movements, Chihiro's eyes were able to capture it. And boom! He was able to react. He dodged. In fact, he didn't just react. He dodged the butterfly and he clashes with Soga. This has Samura shook. He's like, he reacted to butterfly to the Swordmaster. Yo, bro, chill. Chihiro and Enten are a real threat. And it seems like Chihiro was able to just nick the Swordmaster's face. This is the biggest solo feat in the story. This Enten really is a counter to Magatsumi, bro. The Swordmaster just cleans his face and he's like, pardon me, I see, so it appears you're also a samurai. So he slashes down at Chihiro and Chihiro starts thinking, I still didn't grasp his unparalleled genius. Oh my god, bro. His untouchable mastery of the sword. And then the next page we get this close-up of the Swordmaster's face. It's kind of like when he said no, kill them all. That one page. But this time it's more intense because he's in a battle. And no fucking way. He breaks the Enten. What? No way. Isn't the Enten supposed to break the Magatsumi? This shit is killing me, bro. And then we get a flashback, an entire panels of flashbacks of Chihiro and his dad forging the blade. And Soga does the worst thing ever. He grabs Chihiro's chest and he's like, the heart's on the left, right? And he fucking stabs Chihiro through the heart. He goes right through him. And Chihiro drops the Enten. Is Chihiro done? That's where the chapter ends, bro. Oh no, my mind is racing. I think I know what happens next. Please do not, whatever you do, Hokuzono, don't make Samura give his life to resurrect Chihiro or some bullshit. Because how else is Chihiro supposed to survive this? He could easily have used the tunnel effect, but he's an idiot. Other than that, maybe his heart is on the other side coincidentally. Obviously, Chihiro's not gonna die. He's the MC. And we just so happen to have a healer right there on his last breath. I don't want Samura to die at all. Is there any other way to keep Chihiro alive in this story? Maybe there is something else that would subvert my expectations next chapter. I'll be happy to see that. I don't want Samura gone. Soga is just him, potential generational villain right here. Not just that, but also the power scaling side of things. Like, this guy, Soga, can now like cut through infinity. Do you realize what that means? That's all I got. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time. Peace.